I'm Ryan Kessler.
Welcome in, everybody. Like I said, we're going to try to do a little bit more of these, a little more frequency on these pods. This is just going to kind of be off the cuff. There's a couple things, though, we want to discuss. We had some other people that actually sent me messages on the side. I probably should have went ahead and just sent you the comments, Ryan, and then we could have put them up there or whatever, but I can go over them. There's a lot of people out there that are like, what are the Browns doing? What are they doing? Are they scared? Or, potential coaching candidates scared of going to the Browns? When you and I talked about it before, I felt, and this is before the Bills job became available. And I was going to say, I figured the Browns job was probably behind the Giants, the Ravens, that came on board, and then, of course, what happened with the Bills, obviously I got to put it behind that. But I didn't think we would be down in the basement with the Cardinals and the Raiders. And I might just become unglued if those guys make an awesome hire before the Browns make a hire. What do you think?
The whole search is what it is. We knew we were the best job, but it seems to me like they have a certain criteria of what they want. And I think you're seeing that in Schillhouse and, for whatever reason, Monken. I think they really want an offensive-minded head coach. Because, honestly, if this ends up being Schwartz, I'm not going to be mad about it, but it's like, why waste 2 weeks of everybody's time if this is what it was going to come down to? You would think there'd be kind of a basic knowledge of whether Schillhouse was interested, because they had to have done that first round of interviews with him. So, but with what's left, does he want to make that jump? Does he want to wait?
Right. Well, and that brings me up to, a point I wanted to bring up was the fact that, somebody was sending me messages the other night, and I said, and their comment was, well, what's going on with the Browns? Why does nobody why is all these potential candidates bowing out? Well, and I think that, quite honestly, there's a couple things at work here. One of the things is the Browns job probably isn't as good as maybe you and I felt it was at the time. Right. Although I could make the argument that we're only really a couple pieces away, in my opinion, and yours too, I think, of really getting back to being contenders again, at least for the division. So I think that that's part of it. But I also think a lot of it is being unlucky, like the timing and the fact that the Buffalo Bills job became available. So, and if I'm going to say, the Bills job isn't better than the Browns job right now, I'd be lying. You already have a franchise quarterback in place. We talked about Jesse Minter going to the Ravens. Once again, I feel like that job's probably better than the Browns job. Right. It just is. You have a franchise quarterback already in place. I also feel that some of these younger candidates, whether it be Udinski, whether it be Schillhouse, those guys, they may be a little, which I want to give them their due again. It's not like back in the day where you might be a first coaching candidate and you're taking jobs just to take a job, just to get a head coaching position. Whereas they're like, well, I don't want to take a bad position because then I'm going to get buried in the Rolodex. Right. If I take a bad position and then I get fired, it's going to leave that kind of impression if I can't live up to the standards of the organization. And then I may not be able to get another job for quite a while.
Right.
I just think a lot of things that are working there.
Yeah, especially with as young as these guys are, it's like I'm sure they would love to have one of these 32 jobs, but if their name's in the search at this point, they could be kind of picky because their name will be right back in it next year or the year after.
Right.
And with the Browns job, I think we all agreed that moving on from Kev at this point was already kind of written, unless unless they had won 7 or 8 games this year, I think everybody kind of knew that was going to happen.
Right.
But then now, you look at it, it's like, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm just want it to be done and see what they're going to do with the staff. Like, the big thing now is get a guy in there so he can build his offensive staff, because it seems like Schwartz is going to be there regardless, either as a DC or as the head coach. But yeah, I think a lot of these young guys, like even with Udinski, he pulled back from the Browns job and had that interview with Buffalo, and they ended up going with Joe Brady. So if there was any job to take and you're 30 years old, why wouldn't you want to have Josh Allen as your quarterback?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's absolutely my point. But Udinski, Jacksonville was smart about what they did. So they went ahead and gave him an extension on his contract, upped his money. But gave him the ability to go ahead and take that interview with Buffalo. But potentially that gave him carte blanche, saying, well, if I don't want to go and get this job, I can still come back to Florida, where I don't have to play, regardless of what you think of the division, I don't have to play in this cold ass division. I can still bide my time, like you said, and potentially maybe next year I could take, a coaching position that might be better. So I think that's definitely kind of what's going on.
Right.
And smart by Jacksonville to do that. Like I said, I mean, what are you going to say? I mean, that's really smart, because now that's probably what's going to happen with him, because with the 3 vacancies that are left, the Browns, the Cardinals, and the Raiders, I don't see him taking the Cardinals or the Raiders at this point. I think he's just going to go back to Jacksonville. And if Shieldhouse is going to be our guy, which, once again, I'm intrigued. I was intrigued by Udinski. Same way I feel about Shieldhouse too. Some guy that's kind of been on Sean McVay's hip here for the last couple of years. But once again, is he going to say, well, thanks, but no thanks. I'm going to go ahead and stay in Southern California and bide my time? I don't know. But if that's the case, then we're down to Schwartz or Monken, right?
Yeah, and I think Schwartz is the right way to go.
Yeah, I think I do too. I mean, when it comes right down to it. And hopefully the Browns can go ahead or Schwartz can get some guys in there, that we may be impressed with being their OC.
Well, and the one thing with Monken too is you don't really know how the guys. There's still guys in that locker room that were there when he was there,
right?
In 2019.
Sure.
Now that was Denzel. Well, no, Denzel wasn't here yet, right? Or yeah, he was.
Yeah, Denzel was
yeah.
drafted in 18 with Baker.
Just Denzel Miles. I mean, Teller's still here, so
right.
He's back. But some of those guys are still here, so you would think they would have somewhat of a positive opinion about him, just for the fact that he's this deep in the search.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still think that the players are pining for Schwartz at this point. But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I still don't think, with Shieldhouse, it's not going to be like, look, you need to win X amount of games this year or you're gone.
No,
because I think they can turn it around quicker than other people think. I think them being a competitive 7-8 win 9 team next year shouldn't be out of the realm of a possibility, especially with all the assets that you have with 2 picks in the first round, a little bit of money to spend in free agency. And then the year after, you're going to have a bevy of money in free agency.
Right. You come off that Watson contract, all that potential dead cap's going to be gone.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there 100%. And there's something though that you were talking about. As far as Buffalo, when you said there's not going to be like the pressure, which that's what nobody's really talking about, is the pressure of Buffalo. So you figure they just got rid of a coach they had for 7 years with Josh Allen, and they want to win now. And if you're a guy like Udinski or Shieldhouse, I don't know if you're going to get the leeway in Buffalo that you would have had in Cleveland. Like if you miss the playoffs in Buffalo, that might seal your fate right there. And just because of the way that fan base and also ownership at this point. I mean, we had it on the last pod when we talked about, the owner coming out during that press conference. And let's face it, Josh Allen has a lot of years left, but he's not getting any younger. And the more time that you are not at least making it to the Super Bowl,
right,
that's a problem. You miss the playoffs, and that's a real problem. So I don't know.
Especially in that division. I mean, New England's going to be there, but
right,
you should be fighting for that division every year.
Year in and year out. Especially, yeah, agreed. Especially with the quarterback that we had. What's your gut right now? I mean, what do you think is going to happen? And I'm not saying that you have to have that you have to be right. What's your gut as to what the Browns are going to do?
It all depends if they have if they even have a choice right now. I don't think it's not what they're going to do. It's if Schillhouse wants a job, I think it's his job to have. And I think after that, if that's not what's going to happen, I think Schwartz going to be the head coach. And the longer we're waiting, I think the closer it becomes to that being a reality.
Well, and you and I, we were talking last night. We wanted to go ahead and go live as soon as we found out about. And I agreed with you. I thought it was going to happen today. Now there are going to be some fine details still, that they aren't going to make the announcement until tomorrow. I don't know.
Right.
But every day, and now it's almost like every hour that passes that announcement isn't made, it makes me more nervous.
Right.
It just really makes me more nervous. And I kind of get that feeling with a lot of the Browns forums and stuff that, that I'm in. People are becoming disheartened, just like you said, with this whole process. And now the fan base is starting to turn on the organization again. Not that that's uncommon.
I think people freak the fuck out. It's like, dude, what do you want them to do? If these coaches didn't want to come here,
yeah,
I'm glad that they're interviewing as many people as possible and trying to make the best decision they can.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think the candidates that are left, I'm not big on Monken, but I'd have to see the press conference afterwards, see what the reaction is of the people in the locker room before I can make a determination on that. But I think Schillhouse, as soon as he gets there's going to be some optimism from him coming from the McVay tree.
Sure.
And then everyone's comfortable with Schwartz. So, we wanted them to kick down the doors for Harbaugh, but it's kind of a pipe dream.
Yeah, and we knew that.
Yeah.
It was every organization's pipe dream. It wasn't just the Browns.
Right. I mean, even what if they get an interview here with McDermott?
Right. Nobody's talked about him yet. And maybe he doesn't want to coach again. Maybe he doesn't want to immediately flip that switch. I kind of thought.
I mean, he was kind of done pretty dirty, so.
Yeah. And
can't hear my audio?
Oh, somebody in the chat said they can't hear yours. I can hear you.
Right. Check, check, check. Can you hear me now? We can't hear you on TikTok. Check, check, check. Oh. These blimey cunts.
Well, you got people in the chat on TikTok?
Yeah, there's some people in there. Sorry, guys, we're trying to figure out the streaming stuff. Go ahead and go into something while I try to figure this out.
Okay. I also wanted to ask you a couple other questions, but I know you're trying to get some stuff done behind the scenes. So I'll just go ahead and bring this up, and maybe I'll talk about it a little bit. So I wanted to find also, is it possible there's a caveat, to some of these coaching candidates, like, hey, regardless, Jim Schwartz is going to be here. So don't worry about if we give you the head coaching position, you're not bringing the defensive coordinator in that you want. Schwartz is staying in that position. And I understand that because he has built a great defense here. And just like I said off the get, I don't want there to be anything that's going to disrupt what they have on the defensive side of the ball.
Right.
So I don't know if that, because I've also heard that Schwartz may not be a guy that gets acclimated to people easily. And I'm not saying players, but other coaches. So I don't know if that's something that's turning any of these candidates off, if that's really the reason why they are getting turned off. I don't know.
It says it's using this microphone, but it's using it through there, so it's probably why we're. Sorry, we'll have to end the TikTok live because I can't do that while we're doing.
We'll go ahead and get in the chat and tell them to get over on Facebook or get on YouTube. At least that way we know that those streams are up, and tell them we'll just try to get it worked out before next time.
Bing. We had like 60 people in there.
Oh, I hate that. Tell them we'll return. We'll get back on there.
Well, total views.
Okay. So not just comments, but.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how we're gonna do the TikTok thing until. I guess I'll just have to do some gaming streams. But okay.
Okay.
What were you asking me?
Oh, about Schwartz, and if the Browns organization, if that's been kind of a caveat in these interviews, that they're telling candidates like, hey, we want you to go ahead and just let you know that Jim Schwartz is staying. You're not going to pick your defensive coordinator. Have you heard that
it's been forceful or it's been heavily implied?
No, I'm not saying that that's actually occurring. I'm saying, do you think that that's a possibility?
I mean, it's a possibility, but I think it's a possibility for the younger guys. I don't think a guy like Monken or anything like that, but why wouldn't you want him there?
Right.
I mean, unless there was some animosity between the two guys, like, I don't know. But I do see.
I mean, Schwartz had a fight on the field, right? In previous history?
Maybe years ago.
Yeah.
Back in Tennessee or something.
Right.
I could see it where the coach may not want to come into a situation where the guy's kind of established and then you have power struggles. So I can see there being some rub there. So I don't know. I mean, if it comes down to the point where it just makes him the de facto head coach and, I mean, he gets hired, I'm not going to be mad about it.
Right.
Because why would you let him leave the building? You got a whole side of the locker room that defense has been pretty damn good since he's been here.
Yeah. I mean, Schwartz is not somebody we want to see go. And just like you said last time, he's already committed to staying with the team.
Right. Now, if Harbaugh wanted him to leave and, that was it, okay, we'll deal with it. I think anybody would.
Sure.
But if like Shieldhouse is going to get his first job, he's never been a coordinator. Like, yeah, this is going to be your defensive coordinator. You worry about the offense and do your head coaching duties, but that's his defense.
Right. And if I was that guy, I would love it.
That's 50%.
Side of the ball.
Right.
I mean, you're already knocking out one of the three things that I would
especially if he's going to want to call plays or something like that.
Sure.
Then you don't have to worry about jack shit on defense.
Right. Are you?
So, yeah, I mean, that could be a possibility. I think that's the way it is, though. Like some of the younger guys, like, yeah, this is gonna be your DC. But some of the, like Todd Monken, even, guys established in the league, if he wants to run it a certain way, that might rub him the wrong way. Kind of goes down to what kind of relationship they have. But I don't think that's been a problem in the coaching search in my opinion. I think it's more quarterback room and what we're going to be doing on the offensive line and the wide receiver room. That whole offense just needs revamped. So,
right. All right, I'm up with the concepts. What's up, guys? Thank you for coming in, Vince Jordan, SB Patriot over on YouTube. Thank you.
Yeah, they definitely need to get the fuck off. I've said for years that thing's built on like an Indian burial site or something.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. And 2029, it's going to come quicker than what we think. So maybe there is a hex there. I don't know.
I mean, can't get any fucking worse.
Maybe there's a hex in Buffalo. They're going to open up the new Highmark Stadium next year. Maybe Josh Allen's going to get over that hump along with the new head coach.
Right.
Shedor's a Pro Bowler, though. That's correct.
I mean, the Pro Bowl's been trashed since what, like 2019?
Yeah, since they started doing the Pro Bowl. What do they call it now? It's not even a Pro Bowl. It's the
Pro Bowl games or something.
Games, yeah. And we had some stuff out there. Remember when Huntley got in?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just and he's like the fifth alternate because people don't even want to fucking go anymore. Which I get it because 18 games or 17 games now, and I get guys not wanting to get hurt.
Sure.
But I
mean, alternate,
Pro Bowl ain't what it used to be.
No, absolutely not.
The All Pros is what matters at this point.
Correct.
But hey, good for him. Hopefully, he got a little chunk of change from that or something.
Yeah, a chunk of change, and if nothing else, it just builds up your confidence a little bit. And I'm fine with that.
Right.
Yeah,
no
problem there at all.
What could be negative out of that?
Right. The negativity is just going to come from all the other sports pundits about it. Which if you're Shedeur Sanders, you let that get to you, then I don't want you here because you need to grow a backbone and get over it. Because if you think it's rough now, wait until potentially we could start turning this thing around, and then you have to face the media like Josh Allen did.
Right.
I mean, are you going to go hide in the corner? Because that's not the quarterback I want leading my team.
Yeah, and he went through so much this year, and I know we've talked about on previous stuff. I'm hoping that they don't try to reach for a quarterback in that first round with that 6th pick.
No,
you got to reload this offense. I think there was a kind of a saying in the building with Andrew Berry the first couple years, like you want to be a quarterback away, like have everything else right, and if you have a serviceable quarterback there, you're in it. And if you can find your guy during that point, we don't want to tank again and then have to build, take everything down to the studs. Like that's just
no.
Yeah, at some point you got to get tired of losing. And
we're backing Shedeur right now.
Right.
I mean, we're backing him right now as fans.
Definitely need to hire Costner.
Yeah. Yeah, we've actually brought that up before too. It's like, what can we just do draft day for real?
And who's the coach again?
Dennis Leary.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name from the movie. You'd have to look that up, but
no, Dennis Leary. That's
Dennis Leary is. Yeah, I mean, can Jim Schwartz be Dennis Leary?
Yeah,
I mean, I think I'd be like,
let him smoke in the building.
Yeah. Flacco was serviceable. He wasn't a long-term fix.
He wasn't serviceable this year.
Yeah. He wasn't a long-term solution. He was a guy that you were going to bring in and hopefully coach up.
Well, and they didn't have anything around him.
Yeah.
Not enough.
No. But that's been for any quarterback that's been in there, outside of Dylan Gabriel, which I'll admit, neither one of us understood that pick. All the Browns fans don't really understand. And if you said you're nuts.
I've never.
Yeah, I agree. Let him teach.
I think that's overrated, but.
Right.
He was never a teacher. I don't know, but bring him back. If they bring Flacco back, then that kind of shows you what they think of the quarterback room. I mean, I love Flacco. It was awesome the run he had here and everything, but the guy's I think he's cooked. I don't even know if he's going to be back in the league next year.
I mean, you want some guy to hold a clipboard, that's fine. I mean, just like I was an advocate for bringing Phillip Rivers into the quarterback room with this new regime, whatever they did. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's going to happen there. What Phillip Rivers is going to do. Is he going to stay at the high school team and and just
He
bide his
said he
time
wanted to coach his
in
kids.
the league somewhere along the line as an assistant, so potentially he could be a head coach. I don't know.
Maybe it's some point, but he said he wanted to coach his kids. They
Right.
just got to high school, so.
And so what was Buffalo doing there then? Were they just getting the fan base, their fan base, just trying to quell everything that happened with the ownership coming out and
doing their homework? A lot of these interviews, I mean, it's not like they're going in there 100% going to hire the guy. You're getting your information. Maybe if he wants to come and coach in the league in the next couple of years, you can bring him on as an OC or a quarterback's coach or a pass game coordinator or whatever.
Right. All right. So only thing we can do is say stay tuned. I really thought it was going to happen today. You did too. It could happen tomorrow. And if it does happen tomorrow, tonight, we'll try to hop right back on and see what everybody's thoughts are about it.
We didn't get to Belichick, did we?
No, that's what I'm going to do right now, actually. So the other big news today also was the fact that Bill Belichick, in his first year of eligibility, was snubbed, and he will not be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this fall.
No coach should ever get first ballot Hall of Fame after this.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Yeah.
Or what didn't he do to deserve that? They're gonna bitch about fucking Deflategate or something?
Right. I just
have you seen anything?
You know, and I was trying to do a little research on this before I said, hey, why don't we just go ahead and do this pod. So here's some stats, though, that I wanted to go ahead and bring up. Won 6 Super Bowls with the Patriots, 2 as a defensive assistant with the Giants. He's second, only behind Don Shula, 9 wins away, I believe, right, Ryan? 9 wins away from being.
Is it 9 or 12?
Is it 12?
Is it 9 or 12? I thought it was 12.
Okay. Well, regardless, from being the all-time winningest coach in the NFL. I also wanted to he has the most Super Bowl appearances, most playoff wins, most divisional championships. Just like you said, who is a Hall of Fame coach if this guy's not getting in on the first ballot?
I thought this would be like not even a fucking question. Who's voting on this?
Well, I would assume, I don't know. Is it the sports writers, like the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame?
It's just like the players, right? It's the same people that vote for the players, right?
I would say.
Maybe
NFL definitely got that wrong. 100%. 100%.
Is that chick he's banging? Is it someone's daughter that votes for that, or
have they disrupted the voters? Are like, he got that girl. He doesn't really deserve a first ballot.
Right.
I don't know.
Because I mean, there was not.
And I was going down through a list. I have a list here of some of the Hall of Famers that have been in.
Because Joe Gibbs was
in there that are barely 500.
Right.
Barely 500.
Right. But I mean, just guys like Joe Gibbs, I think, was the first ballot, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if
2 or 3 Super Bowls.
Yes. So let's see here. 3-time Super Bowl winner, Joe Gibbs.
About Cowher.
Cowher. I don't know if he's a first ballot.
Okay.
There are guys on here that didn't get in on the first ballot, but I don't know. I didn't dive into it enough to find out. One thing I don't know, is there a limit, just like the players, as to how many coaches or whoever can go in? But once again, who are they putting in above Bill Belichick? If there is a limit, if there's a limit of 1 coach per year.
But aren't coaches in like they do coaches and like writers and stuff like that? You know how some like sportscasters or whatever get in the Hall of Fame too?
Yeah. Yeah, you're saying that there's different, like John Madden, for instance. Right. I mean, he's in it as a coach, but he's also in it as a sportscaster.
I'm gonna look up how many NFL coaches were first ballot.
Okay. I was trying to find that out, but I was able to. Here's
Grok is
one.
a useful tool.
Here's one. Mar Levy. 4
What, the Bills?
consecutive Super Bowl appearances. No Super Bowl wins.
0 wins.
0 wins.
He was in, but he was first ballot, you said?
No, I'm not saying he's first ballot, but he's in. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of these guys, I understand it. Either you have to have a significant contribution to the league, which a lot of these guys did, or you got to be, huh?
I mean, Belichick was like
the lead innovator
in the yeah, that's what I'm saying.
As I'm going down the list, obviously Vince Lombardi. I mean, the trophy's named after him.
George Halas.
Yeah, Tom Landry,
Paul Brown.
Yeah, Don Shula, Bill Parcells. But all these guys have less Super Bowl wins, less playoff wins.
Right.
I mean, in my opinion, the only guy that may top him, and quite honestly, Bill Belichick is my GOAT.
Yeah,
we are
coach
in the KC free playoff, end of dynasty or fluke. In my opinion, I think Kansas City is going to be right back in there. I think they need to get a little bit.
They need to get younger.
Now, go ahead, Ryan.
I would say, yeah, with the KC stuff, I think they need to get younger. They need to get another solid weapon for Mahomes, shore up that running game a bit.
Yeah.
A lot of their stars are just getting older, and that's what happens. To say they're going to be right in the playoffs, back in the playoffs next year, maybe not, but I wouldn't say it would take more than a year or so.
I think they're going to be right back in it next year.
But that division is just so tough.
It is, but now
they're going to have a high enough draft pick to get something.
I mean, for them to miss out on a wild card, I just don't think it's going to happen. Now they're bringing Eric Bieniemy's coming back in as the offensive coordinator.
And they got they're picking 14 or 13?
Yeah, I mean, and now they're going to have one of the best picks that they're going to have, in years. Right. I mean, Mahomes, listen.
Well, it's like you can't bet against Andy Reid.
Yeah, and you can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. Say what you want about Patrick Mahomes, but the guy has made 6 consecutive AFC championship games? Isn't it 6? 6 in a row?
5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah.
He was in 4 in a row in Philadelphia.
No, not Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, they have the quarterback, and that guy's going to be a Hall of Famer. I mean, say what you want, but he's going to be a Hall of Famer now. I'm right now. He's going to be
not even 30.
Huh?
He's not even 30.
No. So, Vince, I think they're going to be right back in it. And I just don't see any way. As far as end of the dynasty, I don't know. I don't know if it's potentially into the dynasty, but they're definitely going to make the playoffs again.
I'd say into the dynasty, probably this dynasty, but they could roll it right back like New England did in the 2020 teams.
Right back in it. Yeah, agreed.
He's not Tom. No, he's Patrick Mahomes. He's got 3 rings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Tom Landry, Chuck Noll, and Don Shula were the 3 that got first ballot.
Say those again.
Tom Landry, Chuck Noll, and Don Shula.
Okay.
And technically George Halas.
Who's better? Who's better than Belichick of that list?
The only one with any argument you could say would be Shula, just because he had the undefeated season with the ring.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's not, to me, it's not really an argument.
A shorter season as well.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not really an argument, but that'd be the only argument you could have.
Yeah. Belichick, I know. Yeah. First ballot, how many Super Bowls? 8. If you include the
coordinator.
Yeah. Defensive coordinator with the Giants and Parcells.
And went to 10?
Yeah. Yeah. What are we talking about? Right. And then
Fuck out of here.
Somebody was trying to make the argument is like, well, Brady went and won one the next year without, and Belichick just went 500. Okay.
Yeah, he just lost his quarterback.
What are we talking about? And Tom Brady handpicked the place he basically wanted to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Tampa was that far off.
Did New England even get anything back for that? Was it because that was just free agency, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They just got like a compensatory pick or something.
Yeah. But I mean, that defense was good. I mean, because they disrupted Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl, and nobody thought that's what was going to happen. And quite honestly, Tom Brady made the plays in that Super Bowl, but really because I remember Tampa Bay basically was rushing like 3-4 guys and dropping the rest into coverage, and they were getting to Patrick Mahomes. So that defense, in my opinion, could be.
Well, they had injuries on that offensive line, but yeah, they were the reason they snuffed them out. I mean, they couldn't do shit offensively in that game. Well, what was the score to that game? Wasn't it like 31-10?
Yeah, I'd have to look. I can't even remember now what it ended up being. But I mean, Kansas City was favored.
That just makes the Hall of Fame a joke, in my opinion. Literally, the greatest coach in NFL history should be, and you're not going to give him a first ballot.
Yeah, Tom went to a loaded Tampa team. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He handpicked basically where he wanted to go. So
yeah, he picked right.
Yeah, and he did. And you know what? If that contributes to his goatism, so be it. But because you picked the right team. Now we're going to find out. Speaking of which, I want to say this too, and I told somebody else this today. Can we stop with this whole thing? Like, why doesn't anyone want the Raiders job? Tom Brady's in the building. So what? Michael Jordan bought the Charlotte Hornets, and they still suck. They're terrible. He's a GOAT player. What? It doesn't make you a front office guy or an owner.
Right.
Just because you're a great player. Quit. And I'm tired of the sports media bringing that shit up. Stop.
Okay. Similar to Peyton picking Broncos. Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't they? Hello. Why wouldn't he go somewhere to win? That's what Tom's going to do when he's 40 years old, or 42, right. Whatever he was. Sure. Josh did say he was in 12.
Yeah.
Was he in New England in 96 as a D coordinator? He must have been. Yeah, because that had been the year after Cleveland, right?
Well, because then he got hired by the Jets.
And then left, right?
And then left. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Similar to Peyton picking the Broncos. Yep, you're right, Logan. Appreciate it. Thanks for getting in the chat. COVID.
And, the funny thing is that year when he went with Tampa, the COVID year, the Rashard Higgins and fucking Chad Henne, who's to say
right?
We couldn't have beat that Bills team. But, hey,
if it is there.
Huh?
If ifs and buts.
Right.
So, anyway, yeah, I Don Shula would probably be the only argument that you could make. If you're not,
and it's not a good one. It's not a good one.
Josh would know he has tattoos of Brady's face on his butt. That's so good.
Yeah, I know Parcells was the head coach in 96. I said Belichick was probably his DC.
Josh, is that true? Do you have Brady's face tattooed on your ass?
What mama don't know won't hurt her.
Oh, he's Coach Klein just walking out the door and he's got Brady on his ass.
Right.
Kraft is getting in as a contributor this year, and they didn't want them in the same year. Okay. I didn't read that, Nick, but thanks. Thanks for getting in the chat. That's weird, though.
Yeah, I think Kraft is kind of like a co-runner of the NFL at this point.
Yeah. I'll let you check.
I'll let you check.
We're good. We're good. Yeah, that's I didn't read that yet, but I'll take your word for it. I mean, how okay. And if that's true, and like I said, I didn't read that, but if that is true, Are they putting Kraft in first because they feel like, I mean, the guy is, if you haven't heard him lately, he's not sounding great.
Yeah.
Is it because of they wanted to make sure he got in while he was around, while he was alive, I should say. So nothing against Kraft, but
yeah, I mean, he doesn't look too good.
Right.
Might
And
be
they
his
figure,
last
well,
go
Bill
around.
Belichick, getting some of that early strange is like, yeah, he's probably lengthened his life for like 40 years. So
Good for him.
good for him. He's probably got a sponsorship from Cialis, so we just don't know about it.
Or do you think maybe they're waiting to see if maybe he gets another job? Because once that happens, maybe you can't get back in the NFL, right?
That's a
Because I
good
know
point.
as a player, you can't come back. I think.
Right. I don't know how it is with the coaches.
Right. I don't know.
I don't know the details on that.
Yeah, T.O. should definitely be in the Hall.
Yeah, we've made that argument several times. Well, and we've also made the argument. Okay, here's what I don't want to happen, and I want to bring this up too. I don't want, because the Major League Baseball and those old bastards and the writers and the fact that
That's a joke.
Yeah, they're an absolute joke. I don't want the NFL to turn into that.
Yeah, where it's all fucking. I mean, someone said it earlier. It's the media. Like, there's so many guys that's been shunned because of the media not liking them, like Kenny Lofton. And I mean, you can have your arguments with the steroid era. I think at this point, it was an era in baseball.
Right.
I think those guys should be in there.
Well, and the one always front and center is Barry Bonds, which we talked about. And whether you like the fact that, he was juicing or not, the guy before his head looked like a Mack truck was already stringing together
45 homer, right?
So, I mean, what are we talking about?
Right.
I mean,
this is the first like NFL one that has been kind of like a head scratcher in a while, right?
Yeah. No, Bonds. Yeah.
Definitely Bonds.
No Bonds? You don't want Bonds in?
Guy was the most dominant player we've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a little bit. Josh, that would be like us making the argument, well, we can't have Tom Brady in because of Deflategate.
Right.
Sorry, Tom.
Broke the rules. And he didn't even break the rules at the time.
Right.
Yeah, walk-in pharmacy. Well, he was a walk-in pharmacy the last like 4 years. Before that, he was still a Hall of Famer.
And the thing about it is, too, I think people forget him, Sosa, McGuire, best years of baseball. I'll tell you what. I remember,
saved the sport.
And, there's that 30 for 30. It's about, what's it called? Long Gone Summer. Yeah. And I remember when I was watching that summer, and there was nothing like it. Everybody was
watching ESPN every day for that.
Yeah, every day. You're just there to see, who was taking the lead, in the home run chase, the chase for Maris. I mean, It was incredible. Yeah, pitchers were on juice. Right. Clemens.
Roger Clemens.
Kurt Schilling.
Andy Pettit. Yeah.
Yeah. So did the other guys, were they juicing because they knew that the pitcher was juicing? Was it vice versa? I don't know.
It was like 50% of the league at least.
Yeah. It was like saying, oh, well, we can't have Johnny Bench in the Hall of Fame from the Reds because we heard he was taking greenies. Right. He was taking greenies before the game.
Who knows what the fuck people were taking in the 70s and 60s and look at the A's in the 80s.
He was making his bat speed phenomenal. We can't have Johnny Bench in the Hall of Fame. What are we doing?
Right. Now, I'll say this though with Clemens, he's a liar. With most of these guys, you know what I mean? Like that's a whole different situation. But
and Bonds really hasn't really succumbed to any type of admission.
No, but he was like blatantly lying. Right.
He was a Hall of Famer before he starts swelling up like a hot air balloon.
Right.
So whatever. Yeah, not Nolan. That you know of. I
Jim
mean,
Thome
before
didn't
the
either.
steroid era, and Nolan Ryan.
Kenny Lofton didn't either. He's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. You know why Kenny Lofton's not? And we're advocates for this. Because he didn't get along with the sports media. Just like Logan brought up about Terrell Owens.
Right.
I mean, it's so
best leadoff hitter in the 90s and early 2000s.
They're all good.
No
Shedeur Sanders, Pro Bowl.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
Yeah.
The Pro Bowl is a joke.
It is.
Good for him. Hopefully he got a little extra cheddar. I'm not going to watch any of those. Well, they need to bring back the QB challenges.
Those are the ones I like. Yeah, like the ones from the what was that, like the late 80s, early 90s, when they were out there in the dam and they were trying to throw the chalked up football at the moving targets.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they were trying to throw
the distance
how far
throw.
they could throw the ball. Those are great.
Yeah, we're talking about T.O. as a first ballot, Josh. Guy should have been right in.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were the challenge. Like, I remember watching those as a kid. Those were fun.
Yeah.
Now they're doing fucking dodgeball and whatever the hell they're doing. Like, they're making it a circus.
Right. They made it unwatchable, in my opinion. I'd be curious to see what the ratings are. We should probably look that up because the NFL is going to react to this at some point. If the Pro Bowl game starts,
the NBA really hasn't. I mean, they've tried. The NBA's tried to do some things, but
I'm saying
the only All-Star. Yeah, but I know, but like,
on.
what are they going to do? They're not going to make them suit up and play again. I don't think the owners want that. You don't want your high-quality players out there playing a meaningless game in February.
Yeah, but I mean, even during the Pro Bowl, I mean, those guys weren't really taking big hits. I mean, you can always have a freak occurrence.
Right. Somebody blows out their Achilles, they're out for the year.
Which, hell, that could happen anytime.
Yeah, that's a non-contact injury mostly.
Yeah.
And ACLs are non-contact.
I missed the convo about it. Well, tell us how you feel about Shedeur. I think it's really a meaningless. It's just kind of.
He's like the fifth backup or whatever.
Right.
So who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Tyler Huntley got in, right?
Right. Goat. Did he throw like one touchdown pass that year or something?
I don't know. Somebody was talking to me earlier today. Said, well, he had a heck of a year that year. Okay. I guess.
Started like 4 games.
Right.
But yeah, I think we've pretty much gone through what we were going to talk about.
Right.
No news, no more news on the coaching search here.
No. But if you guys, as soon as we find out anything, we're going to try to hop back on here in the evening. As soon as the Browns make the announcement. Yeah, just a PR move. Got to get a bigger audience.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that. Yeah.
Something to talk about during that weekend.
Right. I mean, you have like a whole 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. So there's got to be some. I'm going to go into depression mode. And I do every single year, once the Super Bowl's done, it's like, I mean, I might start popping greenies. I don't know.
Yeah, I got to wait 6 months for football. I mean, the draft's going to be interesting. Obviously, we're going to have to do a lot of homework on that.
Right.
But yeah, if you guys could please like and subscribe too, if you're in here, if you haven't already, share. But NBA draft or the NFL draft, we're going to be covering that. We'll probably do a live stream of the first round at least.
Yeah.
That'll be very interesting. See what they do there.
And I know some of you guys, Logan, I knew you were talking about this too. And I'm not asking you to like diverge your mocks of any sort, but we might do a little. We already have something that's going to be planned in the off season. Ryan and I kind of talked about it. I'm not going to break it right now, but when the Super Bowl's over, we'll probably, after the assessment for that, there's something we're going to work on, a little contest for our audience. Bring me in for the draft. Talk. Okay. Yeah, I'm up for that. Logan wants to get in on the draft. Awesome.
Yeah, whenever you want to come on, brother, we can just send you a link. You can join.
You know, you're always welcome. So, and we don't say that to a lot of Steelers fans, so feel privileged. Privileged like Shedeur.
Hopefully, you guys are in the doghouse we've been in for 30 years now.
Logan, what do you think about Mike McCarthy? We talked about that last podcast too. Most of the Steelers fans I know are just like in disbelief. Absolute disbelief. I really thought it was going to be Flores was the guy that I was picking for you guys. It really was. But then again, you know, do you want to be the franchise with a guy who has a pending lawsuit against the league, and you want to go down to that owners meeting here pretty soon, and you want to face the other owners and say, hey, isn't that the stupid ass that went ahead and hired the guy that has a lawsuit against their league?
Right, and the Rooney's ain't going to do that. Rooney's ain't going to do that. He said they're fucked now. I would love to believe that, but I've thought you guys have been fucked for like the last 5 years. I mean,
agreed.
Hey, Rod, I kind of figured you guys would be good, at least good enough. But
and it kind of we talked about that too. It kind of went against what the Rooneys have always done. You know, hired a younger coach and just gave him support until he's ready to collect Social Security. You know, all credit to you guys for doing that, and the Rooney family. I have nothing against them at all. I feel like they've really done it right through a lot of these years. So, yeah,
he's definitely an offensive mind that you've needed.
Right,
that's one thing that scares me.
In place, right? From what I read,
that's one thing that scares me. And they have Will Howard, which I'm sure he'll just turn into God's fucking green.
Well, and I heard that Mike McCarthy likes Will Howard too.
Yeah.
So
why wouldn't you? He's 6'5", mobile.
Right.
Why didn't we get him in the third round? So
we talked about that too. He being kind of like the Temu version of Josh Allen, possibly. But I don't know what happened. You know, he got hurt in OTAs, and they were still walking half head out there instead of Will Howard, even after he recovered. So I don't know what that was about. Of course, they were in a playoff hunt. You know, they thought maybe Mason
Rudolph had plenty of
get him there until Aaron was
games
ready.
Under his belt. Said no. Basically, the whole staff is leaving. Huh.
Oh, okay. I thought I read somewhere that the DC was staying. So, all right, fair enough.
But yeah, as soon as this coaching news breaks, we'll get back on.
All right.
And yep, well. Oh, and if anybody wants to get on the Super Bowl squares,
yes, thank you for bringing that up. Our board's getting filled up really quick. $5 a square. We're paying out $100 a quarter. Support the podcast. We appreciate everybody getting in here. If you are interested in that at all, go ahead and message us on the side, Ryan or I, either one of us.
Or the channel.
Yeah, or the channel, yes.
On Facebook.
We'll go ahead and get you in there to say, just pick most people are doing that. Just pick our squares.
And we'll pick the numbers and pick the squares or pick the numbers on a live stream. I would say before the Super Bowl, probably the Friday or something beforehand.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah,
at least.
So,
once the NFL March Madness. Yeah, no, I'm with you, Nick. The Masters. I always look forward to the Masters. Oh, who do we want for head coach? We talked about that. I think we'd like to see Shieldhouse with Jim Schwartz staying in place, but after that, it's got to be Jim Schwartz.
Right.
So, I mean, that's kind of, I'm with you.
I don't want Todd Monken, but they're going to have to win us over with that.
I wouldn't mind the Browns just giving that guy a shot. And then once again, give him the support that he needs. You know, give him the support. Stick with it.
Yep. And build around the quarterback.
Yep. Or if Shedeur ends up not being the guy, then we got to do something else. I mean, we're just back to square one. So, okay. Anyway, just like you said, send us a message. You want to get in on our Super Bowl 100 square grid, and also get over on TikTok, YouTube, and on Facebook. Go to our channel. Trying to get more stuff out there all the time. And like and subscribe, share. You know, if nothing else, please share this podcast with anybody you know. and that really helps us out a bunch. So anything
Yeah.
else, Ryan?
No, I think